Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the presentation. Today I am going to present the topic course mail, various kind of course mail and how to refactor those kind of course mails. The presentation is presented by me, Fardin Alam Alif. The presentation is presented to our honorable teacher, MD Yusha Kadir, lecturer, Institute of Information Technology, Noakhali Science and Technology University. These are the topics that I am going to cover in the presentation. These are introduction of course mail, bloaters, object orientation, abuser, change preventers, dispensable, couplers. Introduction. Today we are going to talk about something that may sound unpleasant at first but is actually crucial to creating high quality software, course mail. Course mail are signs that your code might not be as clean and efficient as it could be, and they can have a big impact on the overall quality of the product. But don't worry, identifying and fixing course mail is a positive thing. It means you are taking steps to identify and making your code better. Trust me, there is nothing better than that, and nothing as satisfying as that you are trying to make your smelly code to clean code. So let's dive in and learn more about this important concept. So there are various kind of course mail. One of them is bloaters. What is bloaters? Bloaters are a type of code smell that refer to a piece of code that have grown too large and complex. They can be caused by a variety of factors such as poorly designed algorithm and excessive use of inheritance. Example of bloaters includes long method, large classes, and bloated data structure. These issues can lead to decreased code readability, increased maintenance cost, and reduced performance. To avoid bloaters, it's important to regularly review your code and refactor as needed. This can involve breaking down large code into small pieces, and those pieces will do a particular task. By keeping your code lean and efficient, you can improve its overall performance and quality and make it easier to maintain overall codes and maintaining time. Our next code smell is object orientation abuser. Object orientation abuser are developers who misuse object-oriented programming principle and create code that is difficult to maintain or extend. One example of this is a God object, which is an object that has too many responsibilities and become bloated and unwieldy. Another example of the feature NB smell, which is method one class excessively use methods or fields from another class, indicating that the two classes may be better merged. This smell can have a significant impact on the code quality, making it harder to understand, modify, and test. Then they can also lead to performance issues. They can also lead to performance issues, bug. And it is important for developer to be aware of this kind of object orientation abuser, and we have to eliminate this kind of things. Change preventers. Change preventers are course mail that make it difficult to modify or extend software. They can be caused by tightly coupling, lack of abstraction, and other factors. Some common examples include hard-coded values, long methods, and global variables. Identifying and fixing change preventer is crucial for maintaining a healthy code base. Without addressing these issues, software becomes more difficult and costly to maintain over time. And by prioritizing clean code practice and refactoring when necessary, developer can ensure that their code is in a better position and remain flexible and easy to work with. Dispensable. Dispensable code refers to code that is not necessary for functioning of program, such as they can include unset variables, redundant statements, and dead codes. While the code may not cause any immediate harm by this kind of issues, it can make a code harder to read and maintain it later. One example of dispensable code is commented out code. While it may seem like that it's harmless, and it is quickly cluttered up by code base, and it makes difficult to understand which part of the code are actually being used. Another example is unused imports in programming languages such as Java and Python. These imports may not cause any errors, but they can slow down the overall performance of the code and make it harder to understand. Couplers. Couplers are code smells that indicate a high degree of interdependence between classes or methods or modules. They often occur when one class is highly or tightly coupled with another, making it difficult to modify or test the code. Example of coupler indicate message chain, modules, message chain, middleman, and inappropriate intimacy. Message chains occur when one object sends message to another object, which in turn send message to more objects, creating a long chain of dependencies. Middlemen occur when an object simply forward requests to another object, adding necessary complexity to the code. Inappropriate intimacy is another cause of these couplers. This occur when two classes have a close relationship, sharing too much information between each other and making difficult to change one without affecting another. So far we have talked about some of the code smells and various types of code smell. Now we are going to discuss about the code smell and refactoring, and what is the relationship between code smell and refactoring. Code smell is a term used to describe the unpleasant odor that emanates from poorly written code. It is often an indication of insufficiency and can lead to issues such as bugs, crashes, and slow performance. Refactoring, on the other hand, is the process of improving the quality of code, which changing in functionality. It involves making changes to code to make it more efficient, readable, and maintainable. So if we look at some of the refactoring, what is refactoring? Refactoring is a systematic process of improving codes without creating new functionality that can transform mess into the clean code and simple design. So refactoring can divide the code into two parts. These are dirty code and clean code. Clean codes are the codes that is easy to read, understandable, and maintainable. Clean code makes software development predictable and increase the quality of the resulting product. So all the developer or all the programmer wants a clean code. But on the other hand, refactoring also identify dirty codes. What is dirty codes? Dirty codes is a result of inexperience multiplied by tight deadlines, mismanagement, and nasty shortcuts and during the development process. So we have seen that refactoring divide the codes into dirty code and clean code. After dividing the codes into dirty code and clean code, the next task is to make the dirty code into a clean code or smelly code into the clean code. So for this reason we have to use refactoring. There are some process of refactoring. The process are refactoring, performing refactoring step by step and running tests one after each other. Each changes are key elements to refactoring, and that makes it predictable and safe. These are the refactoring process. Then comes refactoring technique. Refactoring technique describe actual refactoring step. Most refactoring have their pros and cons. Therefore, each refactoring should be properly motivated and applied with caution. So we can see another. Now we are going to talk about relationship between code smell and refactoring. The relationship between code smell and refactoring is simple. Code smell is an indication that refactoring is needed. When code smell smells bad, it means there are some underlying issues that should be addressed and that should be solved within a particular time. Refactoring is the process that by which we can solve this kind of problem and this kind of issues. Refactoring can help us eliminate these issues by improving the structure and the organization of the code. By doing so, it can reduce complexity, improve readability, and make the code easier to maintain over time. Thank you for listening to the presentation. I hope this presentation will help you to understand the topic core smell, various kind of core smell, and refactoring process of core smell. Thank you.